it's Kathy from To Dye House. Today is Friday, June 24th. I am coming at you with a quick tutorial on how to make fabric blueberries. Last summer, Audrey from Stitch Witch 42 and I did a strawberry exchange, a fabric strawberry exchange, and we made some fabric strawberries. When I sent her strawberries to her, I also included some of these darling little fabric blueberries. Okay. And at the time, Janet Jabber asked me to do a tutorial. I said I would. Janet, it was never off my radar. I just ran out of time every single day to get it done. So here I am, a year later, doing a quick tutorial on fabric blueberries. Some of the things you'll need, they're very easy to make, and most of this stuff you probably already have in your craft room or hanging around. Some blue fabric circles. I have pressed P44F, which is like a fusible interfacing on the back. And you want that because you don't want your polyfill to come through. So I have some blue fabric circles. I cut these out on my Cricut. If you don't have a Cricut, you can just trace something. Or you can use, trace a circle onto some freezer paper, iron that on, and then cut it out around the circle that you trace. It's an easy way to do it. I noticed that Helen D was using that method to do some of her toppers for her strawberries. So I think it works really well. If you don't have a Cricut, it's the perfect way to do it, and they look really, really nice. So you need some fabric circles with some fusible interfacing on the back, something very light, doesn't have to be thick at all. Some polyfill. I have a chopstick here that I'll use in a little bit to show you how I use it. I have these felt toppers that I also cut out on my Cricut. There you go. And I have a stack of them set aside to use as blueberry toppers. But if you don't have a Cricut, just do a felt circle and take your scissors and just kind of fringe around the edge. And that will give you the same effect. So you can see how that just makes like little petals going around the circle. That one I cut a little too close to each other, it's falling off. So again, you don't need to go out and invest and buy a Cricut. Just do a circle, cut around the edge, fringe it up a little bit. They're easy to make, they're quick, and sometimes I just sit here watching TV and I make a few, and I've been throwing them into this little candle holder with my strawberries, and I have a whole bunch of them going. So to get started, you need a needle and thread as well. Now, I don't have a heavy duty green thread, but I wanted to use this kind of olivey green thread color because it matches my topper. And so all I did was I took regular sewing thread and doubled it up to give it a little extra strength. Take one of your circles, flip it over so you're working from the inside, and just do a running stitch all the way around the circle. I am catching the interfacing that I've pressed on. I'm catching that in the needle and thread just to secure it together. Right before the knot where I started, then I go down kind of like right at the, like right next to the knot. I don't know if you can see that. And then come up on the other side of the knot between my knot and my first stitch. So that just makes a complete circle, and it helps when you're cinching things together. All right, so we have our circle, the running stitches going around it, and then you just pull that tight, and it makes like a little fabric cut. These are small, so they are a little fidgety. It's funny because they kind of bounce like blueberries do. All right, so now you have like a little cup. You can stick your finger down in there and shape it a little bit. See how the bottom is like a little bowl? Like a little cap on my fingertip. Okay. take some of your polyfill. You don't really need a whole heck of a lot. I just loft it up a little bit. Scrunch it into a little ball. And then I'm going to open this back up again. I cinched it too soon. It's a little cinched, but you should probably want to keep it open. Easier to get the polyfill in. Okay. Again, they are a little fidgety. So I just take my little ball of polyfill, stick it down in my little fabric cap, and use my thumb to kind of push it down in there. Now this is where chopstick comes in handy, because this is where I take my chopstick and I kind of start pushing it down into the fabric. And then I cinch a little bit. Then I push it down a little more. Cinch a little bit. All right, that looks pretty good. I have some polyfill coming out of the top. I'm not going to worry about it because we're going to put a topper on. So here's my little blueberry. Here's the top of it. Like I said, there's a little polyfill sticking out. If that bugs you, just go ahead and poke it down inside of there. If you feel like it's not full enough, you can always pull apart the cinching and add a little more in. Now, without breaking your thread, because I'm a one and done. Get it all done in one shot. Okay, without breaking your thread, take your felt topper and come up. I come up between the edge of the petal and the center. So I'm sort of like in the middle between the two. Pull that down to your berry. You can leave the berry dangling like that for now. And just do a running stitch around the center of that. And then I just slide the topper down the thread to the berry. So now it's kind of sitting on there like the berry's got a little bit of a hat on it. Okay. And then I start cinching that a little bit. You can see the felt's kind of folding in on itself. That's great. That's exactly what you want. And then I'll go down through the felt. I can get this closer. Down through the felt, out through the side of the fabric, and pull. And then I kind of go around in a circle, in through the fabric, out through the felt. And I start pulling and cinching as I kind of go. You can see the felt starting to fold in on itself. That's fine. I'm off center here, so I'm gonna have to back that up a little bit. Actually, no, I won't. I'm just gonna fudge it. So I will, you can see how I'm off center. That's the thing about these, they're so forgiving. You can see how I'm off center here. I'm just gonna go down through my felt. I'm in the middle of my felt. I'm gonna go down through my felt and out through my fabric on this side to pull it back over in that direction. It is not an exact science. And then into my fabric, out through my felt, cinching, cinching, out through the felt, out through the fabric. And this is really just securing the top to the blueberry. There we go, bouncing again. So they're really cute. Whoa, it's a good thing you have it connected to your thread, because when they bounce, you can just pull it back by the, oopsie, oh. So when they bounce, you can just use your thread to pull it back. So once you have that kind of secured the way you want it, this a couple more rounds, I think. And it's very random. It doesn't matter if your green thread shows because blueberries have green on them as well. Okay, so I'm feeling a little better about that. So the last step is to come up through the middle. Come up through the middle. Then go down, straight down through the center of your blueberry and out the bottom. Got a little close there. And then I just take a little stitch and come back up through the center, kind of like you're doing a biscornu. And then you can see on the bottom where that little stitch is. I hope you can see that. You see that? And then I just tug it and it dimples in the bottom of the blueberry. So there you go. And then you can either tie off your knot off the top. I go back down through the center, out the side. I do a little kind of like a French knotty type of thing because I don't want to have to unthread my needle. I'm going to move on to the next one, so let's try it again. There we go. French knot type of thing where I just wind it around my needle a couple of times. Go back through. A little tight. And there you go. So there's your knot on the side. And I just snap that into the fabric. Sometimes you hear it pop, sometimes you don't. Cut off your extra and stick it in your bowl. So there you go. There's the little fabric blueberry tutorial. I think they're really, really cute. And I have this little container and I'm making some more so that I can, I have a ceramic kind of berry basket that I'm making some more to fill the berry basket with. But yeah, they're nice summer display. Thanks for stopping by and spending some time with me. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. And I hope to see you soon on a regular video. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Take care. Peace.